Hey guys, what's up? Nick here once again is my full video review of the Razer Basilisk Ultimate. So let's get right into it. The Razer Basilisk Ultimate wireless gaming mouse is definitely a force to be reckoned with when taking a look at any gaming mouse for sale in 2020. In my opinion, this mouse hits all the right notes for what a gaming mouse should be. From the 107 gram lightweight and insanely comfortable body with 14 zones of beautifully lit RGB effects, to optical switches that have a very satisfying click, and to the 20,000 DPI limit with 1000 Hz pulling rate, this mouse has many features that will drive any gaming enthusiast wild. However, all these nice features do come with a price. Razer has always been known for their iconic image of sleek and cool gaming peripherals to the PC gaming market, but they also have been sadly known for their high prices. Razer has always been infamous for their essentially overpriced gaming mice, keyboards, headsets, etc. But how overpriced are Razer's products compared to the competition in terms of what you get for your hard-earned cash? Let's find out. If we were to take a look at the Basilisk's main competitors at the moment, we would be looking at Logitech's G502 Lightspeed wireless gaming mouse, which runs for about $150 on Amazon as of today. And the other real competitor that I could find that isn't from Razer, of course, would be the SteelSeries Rival 650 Quantum wireless gaming mouse that runs for a little less of $120 on Amazon. Now, taking a look at these three different mice, we can see many similarities between them, which also includes their price. The Basilisk sells for $170 with the RGB lighted charging dock included. You can purchase it, however, without that, bringing the price down to $135. Personally, I feel the Basilisk is fairly priced compared to its competition, even if I do believe all of them are a bit overpriced for gaming mice in general. Now that we've got that stereotype out of the way, let's actually talk about what I like about this mouse and what I dislike. First off, the Razer Basilisk feels amazing in the hands. Yes, let those "that's what she said" comments flow. But in all seriousness, this is one of the most comfortable mice I have ever used. Its body shape cradles your hand perfectly, the left side thumb rest has a rubber texture to keep your finger in place, and it's great for, well, resting your thumb. The button placements all make sense and don't get in the way for accidental touches during gameplay. The slick, hyperglide-like pads on the bottom help make the mouse literally glide on any surface. The buttons are all very clicky and satisfying to press without any sense of mushy feedback. The easy-to-use dock is super convenient for quick charges in between gaming sessions. And that scroll wheel. Oh man, that scroll wheel. The added feature of a resistance slider is so ingenious, for now we have the option to create as much or as little resistance that you could ever want for your scroll wheel. I love that if I'm playing a competitive game that I need to make sure I absolutely don't make any accidental scrolls, I can just raise the resistance and be just fine. The same goes for if I'm trying to be quiet and not wake my girlfriend sleeping next to me. I have the ability to turn down the resistance until the scroll wheel effortlessly moves without any click to be heard. I also really like that they included a removable clutch paddle for the left-hand side. It connects and disconnects with built-in magnets and can be assigned to any function that you like. I personally use it as a sensitivity clutch for ADS situations within first-person shooter games. The only downside is that it is a bit high up on the mouse for my liking, so it can be hard to reach at times, and thus it made me use it a lot less often than I otherwise would have. As mentioned before, the mouse does technically have 14 zones of RGB to really show off your gamer setup when the sun goes down. The RGB lights are bright and they are beautiful, as we've all come to expect from Razer over the last few years, but some of the spots are so tiny that at times feels unnecessary to put an RGB strip there, but I digress. In short, the Basilisk just looks dope. Yes, it obviously took many design cues from the G502, but I feel that Razer took what was great about the G502 and made the design its own. The mouse does have 11 programmable buttons around the entire device, which is pretty awesome, having the ability to switch up some of the buttons, including the two left side click buttons, again with that sensitivity clutch. And I like that you have the DPI switches on top where you can switch your DPI settings on the fly. Super convenient. Now, being that the mouse is wireless, we should definitely talk about battery life. The Razer Basilisk is rated for over 100 hours of continuous use, with RGB turned off. Now come on, we all know that everyone who's getting this mouse will be using it 24/7 with RGB turned on and at full blast effect in order to blind your enemies through the computer screen. Now, I personally use the RGB at all times, but I do leave the brightness at a respectful 30%. Even at 30% brightness, however, I still only seem to get around 9 to 12 solid hours of battery life with the mouse, and honestly, that's pretty disappointing if you ask me. Going from what they're saying 100 hours down to 12 for having one of the main features of the mouse turned on seems like a major oversight from Razer. On the other hand, the mouse does charge extremely fast with the included dock. You can also detach the dock and plug the cable right into the mouse and use it wired as it charges, but most people are going to get it with a dock and use it like I do. When using the dock, just place the mouse on top and the built-in magnets will guide the prongs to connect to the Basilisk and begin charging. From only about 5 minutes on the dock, you can get 1 to maybe 2% of battery life added back. The mouse and dock will both illuminate with a color indicating the current battery percentage, blinking red if it's almost dead, red for low, yellow for medium, and green for fully charged. I do really like this concept, and it's cool to have a visual indicator given whenever you place the mouse on its dock, but the only real downside of this is that there is no setting to turn this indicator off, so at all times that the Basilisk is charging, you will only be able to see the pulsating battery percentage and not anything you've added within the Synapse software. With all that said, the Basilisk is unique in its wireless capabilities with a docking station to charge it back up, but the fact that the battery life is so limited, it's a big downside in my eyes. Sure, it's nice that you can place the mouse on the dock to charge it up whenever you're watching a YouTube video, or maybe if you're just taking a break for a bit from your computer. But if you're a streamer like me, you don't want to have to worry about your mouse dying mid-stream. Now let's talk about the meat and potatoes of any gaming mouse, the performance. The Basilisk Ultimate uses Razer's Focus Plus optical sensor with features including the ability to automatically calibrate itself for different surfaces for driving consistent left-off distance and tweakable landing distance. Razer's sensor is extraordinarily responsive and accurate, as are the optical switches behind every button press. As cliche as this may sound, it really made gaming feel instinctive. Movement and clicks registered almost instantaneously, and any fears of wireless input lag should be put to rest immediately. I tried out both high DPI settings of about 4000 and low DPI settings around 850 in multiple different titles to get a true feel for the Basilisk's accuracy. Personally, I feel the comfortably lightweight design that cradles your hand mixed with the ultra slick pads and the extremely accurate sensor all add up to one of the most satisfying gaming mice I've ever tested. The Basilisk Ultimate is one of the few mice I've ever used that genuinely felt like it improved my in-game performance. I was able to pinpoint headshots and trace enemies during 1v1 encounters within Call of Duty Warzone, and I was able to get 4-piece clutch kills to save the round in competitive games such as CSGO and Valorant. When it comes to Razer Synapse software, I honestly have nothing bad to say about it. The software is clean, easy to use, and gives its users plenty of customizable options, which I truly love. I experienced no crashes, glitches, or really any other issues during my testing of the Basilisk. I've used Synapse for years with other Razer products such as the Razer Kraken headset, the Razer Huntsman keyboard, and now their Firefly V2 mousepad. Having them all work effortlessly and sync through the software is just simply satisfying and truly amazing. So, with all that said, should you buy the Razer Basilisk Ultimate? The Razer Basilisk Ultimate, while not flawless, is one of the best in its class. Excellent build quality, a weighty feel, comfortable for long gaming sessions, superior optical sensor, and switches with ease of customization make this mouse worthy of being a part of your gaming peripherals. I know that $170 is a lot of cash to spend on a mouse, but I can personally say that once you get the Basilisk in your hand, it will be more than worth the price. So that is my full video review on the Razer Basilisk Ultimate Gaming Mouse. If you would like to know anything that I may have not covered in this review, please comment below and I'll get back to you as soon as possible. Leave a like to show your support if you did love the video. If you didn't, leave a dislike, that's totally fine. With that being said, I hope you subscribe so you don't miss the next one, and we'll see you in the next one, guys. Peace out.